So back in August, I made a video warning people about the rise of AI age verification and other stuff like that. Well, if you've been following the news from other people on this situation, there's been quite a few developments in recent months. A lot of them are bad, but not all of them. In this follow-up video, I'll essentially go over where things stand about now. Let's take a look. YouTube's AI age verification started on August 13th, 2025. Many threatened to boycott YouTube over this, although I can't really say how much of an impact that has had. If you're doing that, that's your choice, but I feel like not everyone would easily be able to just go cold turkey on the site. I know I wouldn't, which is why I didn't really advocate a boycott in the previous video, although I have been trying to decrease how much I'm on the site directly. I've made use of third-party clients such as FreeTube, although unfortunately those aren't perfect. Anyways, in the months after the introduction of the new age verification system, many reports were made of people getting age-gated and forced to use some form of personal information if they wanted to confirm their adulthood. I managed to avoid this for a few months until about early November, when I got hit with it out of nowhere. Admittedly, due to FreeTube having problems around that time, I had kind of relapsed back into watching videos on the main site, so that might have had something to do with it. However, a number of other people said they also got hit with the verification around that time, so I'm not really sure. Maybe it's something that happens in waves or just gets everyone eventually. It's hard to say since I don't know if there's a way to see how the code works. Anyways, since I'm one of the people who got hit by the verification, I'll tell you how it's affected me. Contrary to some speculation, I did not get locked into restricted mode. I can't watch age-restricted videos, but I'm still able to watch most videos and comment and do most of the stuff I was able to do before. There are other dumb things like reminders and stuff that get in the way sometimes, but it doesn't completely cripple me as a user. Regardless, it's still not good that I got falsely age-gated, and I'm concerned about how all of this will evolve down the road. I kinda don't want to stay age-gated, but I also don't want to hand over potentially sensitive information. I hope to figure out stuff eventually, but in any case, I'm gonna keep my channels running. I'm not sure if different people have had different experiences with age verification. I know Saros TV almost lost his channel due to stuff related to this, but that may have had some, additional circumstances or something. If you've also been hit with age verification, maybe you could talk about your experiences in the comments. Aside from age verification, YouTube has been going all in on AI-related stuff, and it's an area of much concern. YouTubers like Endermanch had their channels falsely terminated because of auto-moderation. YouTube employees were offered exit packages so that AI could take over their work. YouTube basically endorses AI slop now with the integration of VO3 for shorts. And of course, YouTube is desperately trying to defend itself on Twitter. It's no secret that YouTube has had crappy automated systems for some years now, but things are getting much worse. Creators like Deep Humor are under attack for trying to call stuff out. People continue to get dumb copyright claims and strikes. You get the idea. In the era of AI, safety is an illusion. Circling back to age verification, legislation that motivates such systems is unfortunately gaining traction across the world. The UK continues to find ways to enforce the Online Safety Act. Propositions such as the Kids Online Safety Act, the Screen Act, and also threats towards Section 230 are being promoted in the US. Social media in Australia has been banned for children under 16. All of this is only continuing to spread. Age verification has been spreading in the realm of gaming as well. One example is GTA Online, which will primarily have it in the UK, but it may spread to other regions. Another example is Roblox. There might be those who say it's warranted in this case because of the whole Schlepp controversy and stuff. However, the system that Roblox is rolling out still has a lot of the same issues that other systems have. Thus, I do not endorse it. Meanwhile, gaming platforms such as Steam and Xbox have also been forced to add age verification systems in the UK. with Xbox having plans to spread it beyond the UK in the future. Steam has opted to make their verification system based primarily on credit cards rather than biometric data or government IDs. However, this could still be a problem for people who use debit cards instead, as those do not qualify. Age verification for gaming is still in its infancy, as most of the focus goes towards social media platforms, but there is still cause for concern. It's bad enough that certain groups threaten to impose dangerous means of censorship towards gaming, but now the gaming world is at risk of becoming another surveillance state. Not to mention, generative AI usage is creeping into game development too, so there's that. It also appears that Micron is moving away from making RAM for consumers so it can do AI stuff, which will no doubt affect the tech world at large. Yeah, things are getting pretty bad. However, like I mentioned earlier in the video, not everything that's been happening is bad. There are some efforts to fight back against the spread. Groups such as NetChoice have managed to get some age verification laws blocked. 4chan and Kiwi Farms have stood up against Ofcom for their overreaching enforcement of the Online Safety Act. Reddit has sued Australia over its social media law. Although YouTube has been pushing age verification in the US, apparently even they object to the law in Australia. As for Nepal's social media ban, let's just say the young people decided they weren't having any of that. I think what stuff like this tells us is that we don't have to stand by and take whatever's thrown at us. It is possible to take a stand and say that enough is enough. We need to do what we can to fight back against the impending censorship and surveillance state. It won't necessarily be easy, but if we make efforts to pitch in by contacting lawmakers, spreading the word, and maybe doing some protesting, we can let people know that we don't want their privacy and freedom taken away. I encourage people to do what they can to fight back. Here's hoping for a less bad 2026.